The throwing stick is an extreme range baiting tool, and it does take a bit of getting used to, especially this curved design, but once you get it right, the boilies will go an extremely long way. So to talk you through the Eazi stick to start off with, it's very, very light. That's the most important thing, and that makes it much easier to move through the air. A long shaft with a J-shaped curve on the end, that's going to get the baits to lift. It actually causes backspin, and the baits will lift in flight. And then a nice slim textured handle, long enough for two hands. I'm going to show you a single-handed technique and a double-handed technique as well. And to go through the stance, you want to have your weight on your back foot. I've got a boilie caddy round my waist so I can get into a rhythm. And just one boilie at a time to start off with. There we go. I'm just starting off on my back foot and then through onto my front foot. And the thing that most people do wrong with a curved stick, the baits end up in the edge because they're using their wrist all the time. You keep your wrist locked all the way through it and it's letting go there. And if you find you're chucking them into the edge, and when I'm teaching people to do this, they often do that, just aim at the trees above your spot. So don't aim at the marker float, aim high of it and they'll start to go out higher. And you know you're getting it right when the boilies start to lift in flight. Got a marker float about 100 yards out there, I reckon, and these 18mm baits are landing round that with ease. This is the reason for having a boilie caddy on. You don't have to keep bending down, you get into a rhythm. It's impossible to use a throwing stick and get really tight baiting, but if you're fishing with boilies, you want a nice spread of bait so the fish are moving around between each bait. Another mistake people make is they come across their body like that, and then the baits scoot off to the side. You've got to come straight up and straight down, and just like golf, get it to go straight before you get it to go long. If they're going straight, just work on your distance and you'll get further and further and further. Right, now the two-handed approach, literally exactly the same. It's more like a cast using one of these curved sticks, and what that does is it spreads the load over two arms and you can put more pressure into it. This is the Frank Warwick way of doing it. The more baits you do, the more you get into it and the further they'll start to go. And if your baits split out the end of the stick, you need to be drying them out for a couple of days before you use them, and then they'll go out lovely. Practice makes perfect.